In the last video, we talked about the fight between Takamura and Bison for his WBA and WBC Unification World Champion belt. After that, Takamura defended his belt twice. I mentioned in the previous video that there was an agreement with Kamogawa that if Takamura wins, he would move up to a higher weight division for a new world title. And that's what we're going to talk about in this video. Ippo returned home from Mexico after watching Ricardo's fight. While observing Kamogawa to learn the proper way of mid-training, he noticed how determined our protagonist Takamura was. Ippo then found out that Takamura's next fight was for the super middleweight title and it would take place in Japan. Man, just look at our boy Takamura. He's on a really different level now. Truly admirable. This is where we met Keith Dragon, the current WBC Super Middleweight Champion. He has 25 fights with 24 wins, 21 knockouts, 0 losses, and 1 draw, and he is an orthodox fighter. We then learn that he is addicted to mahjong, and because of this, he agreed to have the fight in Japan. After hearing that there's a professional mahjong player there, since he's incredibly lucky with mahjong and always wins, he's called the Manhattan's Demon King. Kimura and Aoki said here that luck is useless in boxing, so they're confident that Takamura will win that fight. But Takamura said that Dragon is strong, so he's not sure if he could win. And he then asked, "In your opinion, who in this world are sure to become world champions? Can anyone be a world champion as long as they believe in themselves? As long as you keep standing and fighting in the ring, you have a chance to win. Even the strongest world champions can fall with one lucky punch." He speaks like he's actually a motivational speaker. But he's right, nothing is impossible as long as you don't stop dreaming. Then Kamogawa said, "In boxing, you need even a little bit of luck, like in case you get injured before your fight." Then Ippo said that Dragon is called Son of God due to his extreme luck, so he's definitely dangerous. The following day, Ippo told Takamura that their coach Kamogawa's dream is to see them fight at Tokyo Dome, so he told Ippo that they will go there and fulfill it. But currently, Ippo is in a state of retirement. But Takamura said that it's fine whatever happens, because they are the last disciples of Kamogawa. They will make sure to fulfill their coach's dream. The following day, Takamura seemed to be continuously unlucky. When Ippo and Itagaki discussed this, they thought that the successive misfortunes happening to Takamura is due to the extreme luck of his opponent Keith Dragon. After a few days, the hospital called Kamogawa Boxing Gym and said that Takamura is currently in the hospital because he saved a child who was about to be hit by a car. When Ippo arrived at the hospital, he was surprised to find Takamura in good condition. We then find out that he saved a child who was about to be hit by a car. He dodged the car by jumping and tumbling to avoid it. The next day, after a sparring match, Ippo saw that our protagonist was injured when he landed. Indeed, Takamura's misfortunes seem to be following one after another, so Ippo doesn't leave him alone and keeps protecting him. Ippo asked Takamura why he doesn't reschedule the fight for now, but our protagonist replied that he doesn't have time and he is in a hurry. Guys, what do you think? Why is Takamura in such a hurry to claim the different weight division world titles? Dragon arrived in Japan and quickly went straight to the gym for training. Here we saw his solid and heavy right punches. After a few days, we found out that Yagi was the professional mahjong player. In 20 years, he has never lost a mahjong game and was called King of the Underworld. Because of this, Yagi went to Shibuya to beat Dragon in a game of mahjong. Dragon met with 3 professional mahjong players. Here, Dragon showed how lucky he is in everything. Because of this, the professional players couldn't do anything and Yagi was defeated one after another. Man, I'm slowly starting to believe that Dragon is indeed a very lucky guy. While going home, Ippo noticed while watching mahjong that Dragon is a southpaw or left-handed. After a few days, Dragon and Takamura met at their press conference. Dragon told Takamura, "My second is the god of luck, so think that you're fighting an angel." Our protagonist replied, "Oh really? I'm the one who punishes angels, so you're fighting a devil." After the press conference, we learned from Ippo that super middleweight is Takamura's best weight. So we're excited about what our protagonist can do in the fight. The day everyone has been waiting for has finally arrived, the fight between Dragon and Takamura. When Miyata saw Ippo, he shared what he knows about Dragon being a southpaw. But Ippo already knew that, and he said that he noticed it while Dragon was playing mahjong. Miyata was worried about Ippo's peculiar observation skills because he notices even the simplest of movements outside the ring. And he wondered if he got this from being a trainer. Here we really see little by little that Ippo is greatly improving as a trainer, whether it be observation skills, boxing IQ, and situational decision making inside the ring. The two boxers were introduced and met in the middle of the ring. When the fight started, the two boxers quickly charged, but the referee stopped them and had them touch gloves first. Chill guys, chill. After that, the two boxers quickly unleashed punches, but both missed and Dragon moved away. Our protagonist charged and dodged Dragon's punches one after another, and a fierce exchange of punches started, but both were blocking them. After many exchanges of punches, Takamura connected a clean parry counter, and Dragon quickly retaliated with an overhead punch. The breathtaking exchange of punches continued. Man, as soon as the bell rang, the fight was already heated. This is so exciting! After they both connected punches on their defenses, the referee stepped in and then ended the heated round 1. As the two boxers returned to their corners, the audience was surprised at the intense exchange they just witnessed. Miyata said that he feels something unusual and there's something different about our protagonist. If we remember guys, whenever Miyata gets this feeling, a shocking event in the fight follows. So keep that in mind and try to be on the lookout. In our protagonist's corner, we learn that Dragon isn't serious yet, but Takamura is confident that even if he gets serious, he is still stronger. In Dragon's corner, he said that due to Takamura's extreme strength, thinking of a strategy is pointless. Before the round started, even Ippo seemed to notice something unusual about Takamura, but he couldn't figure out what that thing was. Round 2 started and the two champions charged quickly. In the middle of the ring, both boxers rained various punches. While all this was happening, even Kamogawa couldn't settle down and seemed to notice something unusual. Our protagonist continued to be aggressive and slowly gained an advantage over Dragon. After that, we found out what everyone was noticing about Takamura that was unusual. Kamogawa said that that unusual thing was that Takamura was extremely strong and in top-notch condition. Talk about peak Takamura mode. It seemed that the limiting factor, weight control, has been removed and he is now slowly unleashing his true potential. This is insane guys, 3 world champion belts and yet that wasn't even the full potential of our guy Takamura. Unfathomable. Dragon also noticed Takamura's exceptional strength and perfect physique. When he unleashed a fierce uppercut, our protagonist dodged it and it only hit the shoulder. Because of this, Dragon quickly distanced himself, and our champ indeed stated that even though his foot injury was swelling up, he seemed not to care about it because of the extraordinary strength he was feeling right now. Due to this, he was hyped, and even in the middle of the fight, he acted like a gorilla. Dragon did not miss the opportunity and quickly threw a punch, but our champ dodged it and landed a solid counter on Dragon. Because of this, Dragon knelt down and lost strength in his legs, but everyone was surprised when the referee declared it a slip and did not count as a knockdown. The fight started again and our champ quickly charged. In the middle of the ring, they exchanged different punches. But little by little, Dragon is losing and the damage he sustained when he fell is showing. Because of Takamura's consecutive strong punches, Dragon is cornered on the ropes. He then landed a right straight to Dragon's face. When our champ was about to throw a follow-up punch to end the fight, the referee quickly stepped in and ended round 2. And Dragon was saved by the bell. Looks like his luck is actually very useful. While walking back to the corner, our champ suddenly shouted, "I'm so strong!" In Dragon's corner, he became really scared of our champ because it seemed like he was fighting a demon due to the ferocity and strength of Takamura. Before the fight started, Takamura promised Kamigawa that in his next fight, he will bring him to Tokyo Stadium. When the bell rang, Takamura quickly landed a solid punch, and here Dragon saw again what he was afraid of. He couldn't do anything and our champ rained him with different punches. Dragon countered with a right straight that everyone thought Takamura couldn't dodge, but he dodged it and quickly threw a counter. Dang, Takamura sure is a beast, but sometimes I just can't help but laugh at the antics of this boxing foo. Everyone was shocked when the referee started to count, and upon getting up, our champ challenged the referee to a fight in the waiting room after the match. Who wouldn't get angry? The punch didn't even connect, guys. But when Dragon fell, the referee just ruled it as a slip. So annoying. Because of this, Dragon was finally able to rest. While Takamura was walking towards Dragon, Ippo noticed that our champ's foot injury started to hurt. When he got close, Dragon quickly landed a solid punch, and then they exchanged punches. But only Dragon was landing solid punches and the fight now seems one-sided. Here we learn from Miyata that Takamura was hit again by a left swing. If we remember, guys, this was also the problem of our champ in his fight against Bison. The two champions landed punches at the same time, but because of Takamura's injury, he lost in that exchange. And Dragon quickly connected another left swing, and because of this, Takamura was cornered on the ropes. Takamura tightened his defense and calmly waited for the perfect timing to counter. But when he thought the perfect timing had come, Dragon quickly connected with a solid right straight, and that's where round 3 ended. In Takamura's corner, Kamigawa said there was one way to get out of that situation, and that's the fighting spirit. Because of this, they yelled and argued. For some reason, these two still managed to argue in a world champion fight. The bell rang and Dragon charged quickly. When our champ threw a jab, Dragon quickly countered with a left swing. Because of the extreme strength of the punch, Takamura was thrown off, and he bumped into the referee while moving backwards. Because of this, our champ stumbled. Then Dragon rained different punches on our cornered champ. Takamura seemed to be unable to do anything and was hit by a flurry of punches. Dragon then connected with a very strong uppercut. When he threw a follow-up punch, a left swing, Takamura dodged it, and our champ quickly countered, which knocked down Dragon. Everyone was surprised when Dragon got up again. When the fight started, the two met in the middle of the ring, and they landed solid punches at the same time. Dragon quickly followed this up with a left straight, but Takamura deflected it with his forehead and then connected with a huge counter. Because of the extreme strength of that counter, Dragon's legs quickly gave in and he fell. As Takamura raised his hands in the air, the referee ended the fight without counting and declared the new WBC Super Middleweight Champion of the World, Mamoru Takamura. And so, our champ now has 4 World Champion belts. What a strong fighter. Guys, if you remember Ippo sparring with Vogue, Ippo used the parry counter. Ippo learned this move from Dragon and Takamura's fight. So what do you think, guys? Which weight division will Takamura conquer next? The upcoming events are very exciting indeed. Let's all watch it together. So don't forget to like and subscribe to stay updated on the upcoming intense fights. This is Onii-Chan. See you next time, guys.